Well, let's take a look at the morning papers now. We have the broadcaster and writer Edward Adu and the PR and crisis consultant management expert Kevin Craig in the studio. Thanks very much, guys, for coming in this morning and being with us. The Daily Mail. Edward, let's start with you with this one. This picture of Donald Trump, the £5 million mugshot. It's certainly something that's generated a lot of interest on the internet, loads of memes out there, but it's also generated a lot of funds.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, no one was expecting this. It's happened, and a lot of memes, a lot of people are making comparisons. There's one a friend of mine who tweeted to say, when you walk into a Jamaican takeaway, and when you ask the lady behind the counter who's not having a good day, she will have that look, and that made me laugh. And to make that comparison. It just seems we are in where we are in terms of politics connected to the states, and who would have ever envisaged or imagined a former American president to have a mugshot taken or to be in this predicament?
I want to say, Jane, Eddie's right. It is unimaginable, and we chose this story from page 4 of the Mail, talking about how over £5 million has been raised since he did that mugshot. But it's extraordinary, right? Just to put context in this story in several papers today. He is literally, this is incontestable, he's literally a convicted sex offender because of the case recently where he had to pay over £5 million of a woman who he defamed and he lied about, and he's charged 91 times. And America seems unshockable, charged with paying off a porn star, charged with stealing state secrets, charged with being involved in the coup on the Capitol, and charged with trying to steal the election in Florida. I mean, in Georgia. I mean, am I imagining this?
You're not, but it seems that every charge that's added to seems to increase his popularity and makes his supporters feel more justified.
I was going to say, what's happened to Melania Trump? No one's heard or seen of her. I mean, I'm not saying she disappeared, but no one's asked that question.
Yeah.
Well, that's the key question of the morning, Edward. Thanks for raising that. Let's move on to the Daily Mirror. This is a story. I mean. It's
I like
about
the segue,
American bullies.
American bullies. Nicely done.
Bullies, yeah. You see what I did there?
Yeah.
A different kind of bully, though, and these are the dogs.
A scary bully.
Yeah, I mean, bullies can be really lovely, cute, kind dogs, but this particular breed is responsible for 73% of fatal dog attacks in the UK.
Jane, I'm not sure whether if someone gifted one, said, look, here's a birthday or a Christmas present, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm scared of dogs. I was bitten by a Doberman when I was 8 years old, and that has scared me for life. And a lot of friends have said, Ed, you need to go and see someone. You need some therapy. But clearly, when it comes to these bullies, the statistics related to the attacks with them that they carried out by them is just shocking. I mean, sadly, a 10-year-old in Cardiff was killed by one of these dogs. Now, the Mirror are trying to campaign to try and overhaul the Dangerous Dogs Act, and it should be done. And I'm not having a go at people who have these types of dogs, but it seems it seems like a fashion accessory, because a lot of celebrities, a lot of rappers in the States seem to have these dogs. I just wouldn't go near them. They look menacing.
It's really hard, isn't it? We got one of my sons was not very comfortable with dogs, and we got a dog, but we were lucky enough to go meet the dog's mum and the grandmum and the great grandmum, and they weren't bullies, they were retrievers, but we saw the personality of the family, and that's really important, is to do your research and to make sure that you're getting a dog that has got the right kind of personality, and you've got the time and energy to train it and love it and keep it happy.
Yeah, and we are a nation of dog lovers, and if you ever say anything which can be deemed remotely negative about dogs, then you stand back and watch your social media explode. But on this is low-hanging legislative fruit here. There could be a change, and this particular breed has got issues around it, which is not to say that the majority of dogs aren't a fantastic addition to our lives. So I hope the Mirrors campaign gets some traction.
Yeah. Right, we're looking at one of the back pages now, and this is the Daily Express, and this is Keely Hodgkinson doing extraordinarily well, isn't she?
Well, I thought this was a good story for us to pick because, you know, we have just finished last night, achieved our best result, Team GB, in a World Athletics Championships for 30 years. We've got 10 medals. Keely Hodgkinson is a fantastic triple silver medal winning athlete now at elite level, and things are moving in the right direction. And after a difficult couple of years for athletics with the administrative body in our country, I wanted to pick this out and celebrate our athletes and their achievements, and hopefully it will encourage more kids to get involved in a fantastic sport.
Totally. I mean, maybe a magazine like Vogue could maybe put one of those women in their top 25 inspirational women.
Or one of Eddie's
category.
shirts, even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nicely done, Kevin. Nicely done.
We've got a lovely picture of the Notting Hill Carnival, Edward. The Petite Caribbean Queens, they're calling them. It was the Children's Day parade yesterday. Edward, have you managed to enjoy any of it? Have you gone down to any of it?
No, you know what? Jane, you're going to say, Ed, you need to stop working. I've been working non-stop. I was on the radio yesterday. We did a live feed from Carnival, and lovely Valley Fontaine, who was down there for us, and was managed to capture the vibe, the sound systems. She tried to get to the Rampage sound system, but she couldn't. But this year in particular of Carnival, Children's Day yesterday, Families Day, it's the celebration of 50 years of the sound systems and mass bands. One thing which Valley mentioned, when I go to Carnival, I love to get a portion of jerk chicken, curry goat, and rice and peas.
No, we're just talking about chicken last hour.
Cut that out.
I hope you get some vegetables with this.
No, definitely. But £18 for a portion at Carnival. I mean, come on. I know the stall holders have to make. They've got to recoup. But I think the cheapest was £12, and a patty, a saltfish chicken patty, £4 or £5. I said to Valley, I said, look, I could go to places in London. I could buy you and Kevin and the whole team at Sky News literally like a big bag
We'll hold you to that.
And of rice for like 20 quid. Not a Carnival.
Kevin, just a quick call. I mean, segue into that.
Yeah.
£9 a pint.
Well,
this is inside of one of the other papers.
Yeah, Inside the Sun. Extraordinary. A real segue there on the cost of living and the cost of food and drink. And that there's places in London, unsurprisingly, where the price of a pint is top £9. I was really interested to see that the cheapest pint in the country, in over 50,000 places surveyed, still under £2, and I think that was in Hyde in Greater Manchester. So everyone's going to be there next weekend.
Fantastic.
But £9 for a pint.
You need a drink to calm down and think about it. Kevin and Edward, thank you both so much. Great choices this morning. Thank you. You're watching Sky News Breakfast. Stay with us for the next hour, where we talk more about the Home Secretary, looking at the range of options to deal with migrants.